Just this morning, the Washington Post ran an editorial mocking the idea of a looming retirement crisis. To make sure that no one missed the point, they even put the words retirement crisis in quotation marks. No retirement crisis? Tell that to the millions of Americans who are facing retirement without a pension. Tell that to the millions of Americans who have nothing to fall back on except Social Security. There is a $6.6 trillion gap between what Americans under 65 are currently saving and what they need to maintain their standard of living when they hit retirement. $6.6 trillion. And that assumes that Social Security benefits aren't cut. Make no mistake, there is a crisis. The call to cut Social Security has an uglier side to it, too. The Washington Post framed the choice as more children in poverty versus more seniors in poverty. The suggestion that we have become a country where those living in poverty fight each other for a handful of crumbs tossed off the tables of the very wealthy is fundamentally wrong. Look at the basic facts. Today's Social Security has a $2.7 trillion surplus. If we do nothing, Social Security will be safe for the next 20 years, and even after that, we'll continue to pay most benefits. With some modest adjustments, we can keep the system solvent for many more years, and we could even increase benefits. The tools to help us build a future are available to us now. We don't start the debate by deciding who gets kicked to the curb. We are Americans. We start the debate by figuring out how to create better efficiencies, how to make small changes that will make the system fairer, how to grow the pool of those who contribute, and how to rebuild a system that every single one of us can rely on to make sure there is a baseline in retirement that no one falls below. We don't build a future for our children by cutting basic retirement benefits for their grandparents. No, we build a future for our kids by strengthening our economy, by investing in education and infrastructure and research, by rebuilding strong and robust middle class in which every kid gets a chance, and the most vulnerable have a strong safety net. The most recent discussion about cutting benefits has focused on something called the chain CPI. Supporters of the chain CPI say it's a more accurate way of measuring the cost of living increases for seniors. This statement is simply not true. Chain CPI falls far short of the actual increases in costs that seniors face. Pure and simple. Chain CPI, it's just a fancy way to say cut benefits. The Bureau of Labor Statistics has developed a measure of the real impact of inflation on seniors, the CPI-E. And if we adopt it today, it would generally increase the benefits for our retirees, not cut them.